back to Starseed Vibration. It's me, Raw Honey Bliss. Today we are going to talk about Mantis beings. They are also called mantids by some people. We are talking about Mantis beings from an experience that I had over a year ago. This was a very real experience that I had in my room at the time of an old residence. And in that room, I did experience an encounter with two mantis beings. This isn't something that I was planning on sharing, but because I've been so heavily thinking about mantis beings so much recently, I've been feeling a strong call to share this experience, even though it did happen over a year ago. And right now, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing the number 333. So I know that all is in perfect balance and harmony between mind, body, and spirit in this moment. If you guys are already subscribed to our Starseed Vibration community, you do know that I am a professional transdimensional psychic medium, which means I do primarily work with otherworldly, higher dimensional beings to offer you guidance on your life path. I also work with fairies, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. I do resonate as a hybrid being, a cosmic soul. I am a starseed. Let's get straight into this story. So on this specific day, I was taking a nap. And during this time, I was experiencing a lot of contact with extraterrestrials. Now, I do work with extraterrestrials on a day-to-day basis. They are who I collaborate with to do my one-on-one work, as well as the work I do for the collective. But on this specific day, I was taking a nap, and as I was taking this nap, I remember going into a deep kind of like, I guess you can call it trance, but the way that I described it, I just felt paralyzed. It was kind of a feeling of paralysis, although I wouldn't 100% call it paralysis. I just knew that when I opened up my eyes, I clearly saw two beings walk into my room, and they looked like insects. And when these two beings walked into my room, whether they walked on feet or they floated in there, I wasn't paying so much attention to that. I was more so paying attention to how they looked, and they looked like insects. They looked like praying mantises. And I do believe around this time, there was a praying mantis that found its way to my home. And then I attracted a second praying mantis. So two praying mantises attracted themselves to my home, and I had this experience. I'm not sure which one happened first, but I do know these two things happened close to around the same time. And at the time that these two beings walked into my room, I'm not sure if I immediately recognized them as praying mantis beings, but looking back, I know for certain that they are praying mantises, that they are mantid beings. Okay. So as they came into my room, I saw the both of them, and then I also saw a third being, which is one of my ET guides. And my ET guide was there as support for me, but also support to allow them to do what they needed to do to me. And seeing my ET guide there did help relieve some of the fear that I had in that moment. But at the same time, even with the fear that I may have had in that moment, there was really nothing I can do about it because my body was paralyzed. I knew that I was not able to stop whatever was going to happen to me. And this is something that starseeds experience. When you have a true contactee experience with ETs, one thing that starseeds always mention is feeling paralyzed, as though they do not have control. And one of the reasons is because ETs have that ability to influence your energetic field. And even though it feels against your will, it ultimately is in alignment with your spiritual evolution as a starseed. So whatever they do, it is in alignment with how you are to move forward. Even if it feels against your will in that moment, you will look back and see that it was exactly what was meant to happen to you. This is what you need to know. So as I'm looking at my ET guide and I'm seeing these two beings, I can see that they were making their way to me. And as they made their way to me, I knew that they were going to perform something on me. And looking back, this felt like they were performing some type of surgery on me. I like to call it a spiritual surgery, but I could tell they were performing some type of surgery on me, because as they came closer to me, my eyes began to close and I completely knocked out. But as they were coming towards me, I can see they were inserting something into my brain. I remember they were coming to my brain area and it seemed like they were inserting something into me, and I immediately knocked out. So I can't even tell you what happened in that exact moment, but with every experience I have with ETs, every contact experience I have, I always end up different after the fact. Sometimes you don't know what exactly is going to change about you until those changes start to occur, and you can look back and say, oh, wow, I see now what changes were caused by what they did. So looking back to that experience, I can clearly see some of the changes that happened as a result of what they did to me, even though I cannot tell you exactly what they did. Whether they implanted something into me or did something to my mind, which caused it to be differently. After I came out of that, I did receive communication, and part of that communication was that whatever they did to me caused my mind to now think on a higher level of consciousness. That is what I can tell you generally, rather than get into the very specifics of what they told me. But I do want to share with you some of the characteristics of Mantis beings, which resonates with how I experienced them in that moment of seeing those two walk into my room at the time. Mantis beings have been said to oversee the hybridization program. And I will not tell you that I disagree with this, although I am on my journey of doing more research with this. But do know that this is something that they are known for. And it does make sense, because when they came into my room that day, I could feel that they had a lot of authority. They are connected to praying mantises. So if you have had contact with the praying mantis insect in your reality and you feel a close connection to it, that is because they are connected to mantis beings, or mantids as some like to call it. They are connected to advanced souls with strong spiritual purposes. And I have known pretty much all my life that I'm an advanced soul with a very strong spiritual purpose. Even if I did not have the very words to say that internally, I just knew this was the type of path that I was on. They are involved with energy healing. I like to call it energy spiritual healing. This is what they are involved with. They are also involved with spiritual evolution and ascension. They are in charge of helping to evolve consciousness. They are deep thinkers. So they're interested in abstract and complex ideas. They like to contemplate the nature of reality, the universe. They contemplate existence in itself. They love understanding advanced metaphysical concepts. So if you are someone who loves understanding metaphysical concepts or advanced metaphysical concepts, you are interested in knowing about existence itself. You love contemplating the nature of reality, the universe. You love knowing how reality works. You consider yourself to be a deep thinker. You're very attracted to abstract and complex ideas. It could be because you are a Mantis starseed. Even if you don't consider yourself to be a full Mantis starseed, it could be that you have some percentage of Mantis energy within your DNA. Mantis beings are known to be emotionally detached. And I know that this is true from the experience I had, because when I saw them come into my room, I could feel that there was zero emotion. They felt completely objective in that moment. Like they were there for a purpose and that was it. There was not this high vibrational feeling of love that you would experience with, let's say, a Pleiadian. And they did not feel negative. It's just when you experience emotionally detached energy, it could feel negative if you are someone who is a high empath or you experience deep emotions. They like to view situations from a more objective perspective. And that is what it felt like when they were doing what they were doing to me. So they do have a strong emotional detachment, and it is something that you may need to get used to if you are working with Mantis beings. Or maybe you consider yourself to be a Mantis Starseed and you consider yourself to have a strong emotional detachment. There's a connection between you and Mantis beings. They view technology as a tool for advancing society in a positive direction. And this makes sense as to why they did the type of performance that they did on me, because it felt to me that they were performing some type of surgery. But I did feel that sense of technology as they were doing it. So yes, they are very interested in technology and helping advance society in a positive direction. They are very precise and deliberate in their words and in their behavior. So these are just some characteristics of Mantis beings. Let me know if you consider yourself to be a Mantis Starseed, if you have a connection with Mantis beings. Or just let me know in general what type of Starseed you consider yourself to be. Here at Starseed Vibration, we are growing our community. We are active currently on TikTok. We're active on Instagram. Over at TikTok, we are growing pretty quickly. And I would love to share more of this information and hear more of you guys' stories and experiences. As I said, this community is growing pretty quickly, and I want to make sure that I continue sharing these types of experiences, as I know it's going to attract more Starseeds here. If you are interested in working one-on-one with me, if you are aware of your Starseed origin, or maybe you do know some of your Starseed origin, but you want to find out more, as well as receive guidance, advice, and clarity on specific instructions that you're receiving from your ET guides, I have a specific session available for you called the Starseed Origin Session. This is a specifically curated session for the Starseed who wants to know more about their origin and wants to receive specific guidance on how to move forward on their path now and moving forward. So if you're interested in that, or that sounds like it's resonating with you, look into booking that session on my website, rawhoneybliss.com. I also have a few other very specific sessions for Starseeds that involve Starseed babies and womb preparation to bring a Starseed baby into the 3D. So things that are specific like that, these are what I have services for. Look into that at rawhoneybliss.com. Make sure you share this episode with at least one other Starseed or someone who you want to understand your nature as a Starseed more. Like this, comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.